this. But it will be specifically for the ED, and I don't know how we're going to do all the categorizations, et cetera, but it was interesting. The HOPE plan, which is kind of the thing that gave birth to all of these webinars and things. When we developed the HOPE plan, we developed it basically around the core HCAHPS domains. And then people started asking us, have you got something for the ED? So we wrote one for the ED. Have you got something for lab? So we wrote one for the lab. Have you got something for radiology? We wrote for radiology. Have you got something for this? Have you got something for that? So the HOPE plan, which was originally just going to focus on HCAHPS, is focusing on HCAHPS plus ancillary departments. So we want to bring that knowledge that we have and and all that information there into this kind of a format for our clients as well. So I know that ED is the next hot burning topic. So look forward to that. And if you want to hear my dulcet tones, actually number 33 on the overall, I actually recorded that one because I'm the lead guy. If you don't want to hear my voice, go bottom. So that's everyone's a caregiver. I love that short and dirty on a laptop, smartphone, tablet, whatever. The HCAHPS Breakthrough Webinar Series, which is sort of is on the next page, again is another product, and this is sort of an expanded version, I guess, of all the little ones. But again, we've broken it down into very specific HCAHPS issues, leadership engagement, quiet at night, cleanliness, meds, docs, nurses, discharge, pain control, responsive masks, etc. These are longer. These are approximately 60-minute webinars, and we recommend that the webinars go 60 minutes with maybe another half hour because you can lead a facilitated discussion. And we've got the notes and the handouts and all of that stuff for you. One of the difficulties, I guess, that I hear from time to time, and I've heard from time to time over the last 17 or 18 odd years that I've been doing this, is that when we're on site, you don't get everybody excited, you don't get jazzed up, let's go, everybody goes. Well, what happens is that I don't show up for 2 or 3 months, and sometimes the excitement can tend to wane a little bit, so you get these dips. So how can we keep that focus on what we're doing up, even though we're not necessarily on site? And I think that's maybe an opportunity, and I'm just throwing this out to you. I'm talking about the council. Don't take this back and say this is what we're doing. But my recommendation is that maybe say the months that I'm not here, then why not schedule like a webinar day and show the webinar 4 times during the day? Say, folks, we'd like you to go to one of them, so register. You've got to have someone facilitate this. That's why you have service excellence advisors. We train them how to facilitate, so you don't have to do that. So you can assign maybe 1 or 2 SAAs, to run the thing and just, do the questions and facilitate it. But this way, it sort of focuses back on what are we doing. It focuses back on the issues at hand. And it gives everyone a little bit of a mini learning experience to hopefully avoid those dips that just tend to happen. So I'm very excited about that. I think that's a great use for this. Also, the webinars are extremely helpful. There's just a ton of valuable information in there. So I'm going to be talking to the council as part of the orientation, just to give you a heads up on how can we integrate these 2 really super valuable tools into what we're doing. And these are literally hot off the press. The webinar series was really only launched about 6 or 8 months ago, and the Everyone's a Caregiver app was officially launched 3 weeks ago at our conference. So this is hot stuff and valuable tools that I really want to leverage as much as we possibly can. And the beauty is, it's all part of the contract that you have with us. So there's no extra cost for this or extra cost for that. It's all part. So let's use the tools that we have to really bolster this. And I know they do actually sell this stuff as standalone, which is super valuable as well. So I just wanted to give you sort of an overall picture on what this looks like, because I'm going to be encouraging, I'm really going to be encouraging the rollout, especially if everyone's a caregiver. Because especially when we get to do it. So what's the problem? Oh, it's this. So we're having a problem with, and I don't even know how many things are in here. We're having a problem with the bedside reporting. Okay, so what do you got a bedside reporting? Oh, look, click. There you are. There's your clip. Okay, we got that. Let's go put this into practice to eliminate this dissatisfier. So this is super valuable when we get, especially when we get to do it before as well. So I really want to make sure that we integrate this well into what we're doing. So if you haven't figured out, I'm pretty excited about this stuff. So And then, of course, we'll keep you advised too, when I eventually get the ED thing finished. Brian has a tendency to drive dates, which is a good thing, which is a really good thing. But I'm very excited about that as well, because I think that'll really help. A lot of our clients have problems in their ED. And I think that's very, very helpful to everyone. I'm very excited about it. So any questions about the Everyone's a Caregiver app or the webinar series? Stay tuned, you'll hear more about them. Because we want to do a reasonable rollout. I just don't want to, I don't like to throw stuff at people and say, go do this. I want a reasonable rollout with this. So we have to plan that out, see what that looks like. But I just want to get it going to keep up the enthusiasm and excitement. All right. So, we've come to this part of the morning. Just about the end. Questions, comments, and your good ideas. So, chat. Turn your buddy. Is there a question that you have that's burning in your mind that you haven't had answered that I can answer? So share that with your buddy. We'll come back in 35 seconds to see what it was to answer any questions that you may have. So you've got 35 seconds. I'm going to time it starting now. Okay, I gave you 46 seconds. I have to have a timer on my clock, that's my note. So any questions at all that anyone has? Any questions at all?
So, yeah, I was wondering, when do you really want us to take this back to our...
We're going to talk about that as soon as questions are over. That's an excellent question. We're going to park it just a bit, because that's the next slide. That's the next slide.
I guess we talked about more suggestions for staying positive between meetings. There's some people that are very receptive to this change, so I don't know if you have any other suggestions.
Talk about it constantly and talk about the why. Talk about what it'll do for them. Talk about what it'll do for us. Talk about what it'll do for the patients. That's why we're doing it. So it's always concentrating on the why. Because that's really what drives people. It's not about what we do, it's the why we do it. And once we can get them to accept the why, then the rest will be much simpler. But you can't talk about it too much. You can't talk about it too much. Any other questions?
Positive processes to make people see that this isn't like going to be so much work they can't handle. I mean, that's already one I can hear is, oh, it's just going to add to what I've already got to do, and how can I keep up with it? So give us some motivational.
This isn't about giving you more work. It's about doing the work that we're here to do. You know, people say, well, there's going to be more work, and depending on the circumstances and everything else, you got to be careful when you ask the question, because you want to have it in the right light. But I once asked somebody who was bitterly complaining about this. I said, so what part of giving your patients compassionate care on a regular basis are you objecting to? Because we're just asking people to do the right thing. That's all we're asking, to do the right thing.
So the people who are analytical and not necessarily emotional should be able to analyze that it's going to save them time in the long run, because they're not going to have to manage people's complaints, because they're going to be satisfied and over-satisfied customers.
Exactly, and not only that, the analytical people manage complaints, but we'll give you a process to help you manage those complaints and deal with them quickly, so that they're not those malingering complaints that are always going on, or else the complaints, the constant complaints. Can we come to a root cause, figure out what's wrong, and get rid of it completely? It's going to be tough at first. I make no bones about it. You're not going to have the whole hospital going, yay, this is fantastic, let's go! Because if it is, my work is done, I can retire.
Don't have some of your medication.
Yeah. And what doctor's note do you want me to bring? You're not gonna have that. You're gonna have that resistance. People are going, why are we doing this? How much work is this gonna add to what we're doing? And it's really not gonna add to what you're doing. We're gonna focus what you're doing. And even in terms of problem solving, we're gonna give you a focused process for problem solving, so that you're not wasting a lot of time trying to problem solve. We're gonna give you solutions so that you're not running around looking for them. We're gonna show you best practices that you can use and adapt to make this stuff happen. And it's a tough sell. It always is at first. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. As I say, people aren't gonna be jumping up and down saying, yeah, sometimes that's, you're gonna get a lot of skeptics. And tell people, it's okay to be skeptical. That's not a problem at all. As long as you're open-minded, when you realize how great this is, to accept it. Skepticism is fine. I don't have a problem with skeptics. I have a problem with negative people who just don't want to do it because they don't want to do it. Now, if you want me to get involved somehow, and I don't know how that would be, but you know what? You can always phone me. Here's my phone number. It's area code 501-762-2462. Area code 501-762-2462. In case you're wondering, it's an Arkansas area code. It seems Verizon, you have to live in the States to get a stupid phone from me. So they think I live with my cousin Roberts in Hot Springs, Arkansas. He gets the bill but won't pay it, relatives. But call me, it's my cell phone. I always have it with me. Obviously, my room, I have the bell turned off, so I'm not gonna talk now. But leave your name and your number, and I will call you back as soon as I possibly can. When call me when you think you need me. If you work weekends and you have a question on the weekend, give me a call. If I can talk to you, I will. If I can't, I won't. I'll call you back. So don't not call me because you don't think I can talk. Call me when you have a burning question, because if I can talk, I will. If I can chat, I will. But phone me if you have any questions at all, and just let me know. I have on occasion come in on speakerphone to help people with stuff. And if you want me to do something like that, that needs a little planning so that I know what I'm up against and what you want me to do. So just don't say, I've got 10 people here, talk to us about the watch. Now you're setting me up. So if you need help with that, but just let me know what I can do to help. I have only one ulterior motive here, and that's helping you with whatever you need help with to make this a success. That's my motive. Because I like cheering when my clients win at the conference. And I wasn't there this year, so you can hear me scream out things like, that's my hospital. My kids have my name in at that nursing home already, and all those other weird things that try to drive me crazy, but I'm known for my enthusiasm. So, but I want to make you proud. So whatever I can do to help you, I will help you. So just let me know. If you don't tell me, I don't know. But if you let me know, I will do whatever I possibly can to make this work for you. Because that's why I'm here. And whatever you need, just let me know. We'll make it happen. Somehow. And even if you phone me, well, by the way, there is a couple of rules with phone calls. One of the rules is, if you phone me and I tell you I've just caught a fish, and I'll call you back, it means I have and I will, and I'll hang up on you. Because some things do come first. Pat Goodbury did phone me once and said, something's wrong with your phone. She said, why? She said, I can hear seagulls in the background. These stupid gulls are all around the phone. But if my wife answers her phone, this will answer mine. So, work with me and we'll help you. But anyway, I'm here to do whatever I can. Call me. In fact, you know what? Here's my 1-800 number. I want you to call me so badly, I'll pay for it. 1-888-551-5592. 1-888-551-5592. That actually goes to my office at home, and when I'm away, it's forwarded to my cell phone. So you will always get me. Or mine was there. And if you want to text me to that phone number as well, that's okay too. I get the odd text. Whatever I can do to help. Any other questions? No? All right, now we'll go to your question. The dates, yes, yeah, cool. That's next. Next step recommendations. On page 31, or page 32, rather, sorry. Don't worry, SEs have been confirmed, and they're gonna be here this afternoon, so that's cool, you don't have to worry about that. Diarize the timetable, so diarize the timetable. And remember, for the next visit in April, you only have to come on the Thursday late afternoon. So we'll let you know exact times and stuff once we get that done. But only the Thursday afternoon. I'm gonna prove that at me. Better that than dinner rolls, that happened once. The empowerment survey, let's not worry about the empowerment survey today. I think what we're going to do when I'm here at the end of June, we'll talk about the empowerment survey then, we'll launch the survey then, and when I come back in the fall to do it, that's when we'll give you results back. And that's when we'll talk to you about the action plan around that, what to do. So let's not worry about the empowerment survey today. I really want to make sure that gets done properly. And that's the way to do that properly. And the reason for the delay too, very legitimate in terms of your employee satisfaction survey, but we don't want to over-survey. Okay, now the nitty-gritty, the nuts and bolts stuff. Excuse me. So, today's the 7th of March. When do you think you could have the meeting to launch the Service Excellence Initiative in your unit? This week. Okay. I'll give you a date. Or no, I will suggest a date. You can push back. I'm very open. How about by the 24th of March? So that's 2 weeks Thursday. Is that enough time or do you need more time? Yeah, 24th? All right, so 24th for the launch. Cool. 24th. All right. Now, the last one is, when are you going to launch your service hubs? Let me get aggressive, and let me tell you why this might work. Let's say today's Monday the 7th. Let's say that you start to launch your weekly service hubs no later than Friday the 18th. And one of the first topics you can use at the service hubs is the upcoming meeting. You're going to have to talk about service excellence. The other thing with service excellence that we really have to emphasize, and I emphasize as we go along, is that we give you a lot of tools. Use the tools to solve the problems that you have. Don't look for extra work. Use the tools to solve the work you have in front of you. And be amazed at how effective you can become when you do that. Okay, so the huddle's on the 18th. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, everybody's in agreement? All right, cool. I will write that down. All right, so we're going to hold you accountable. We're going to hold you accountable. So what you have to do, you have to let Sandy know when you've held after you've held your huddle, or you got your huddle, pardon me, your launch. You have to let her know the day and time that you would normally hold your service hub. So that if someone in the Service Excellence Council wants to pop by your huddle, they know when it is. So we said you have to start huddles by the 18th. That means you have to let her know, oops, a daisy. Oops. Here we go. You have to let her know by noon on the 18th. And when I give a date, it's always noon. That way, if we need to make phone calls, we can make phone calls. You can ask Dan about that. Anyway, so by noon on the 18th, you must have had your first huddle, and let Sandy know when that is. And by noon on the 25th, you just have to send an email to her saying, "Yeah, we're done. We got our launch done." And that way, that's how sort of the accountability starts, and that we know that things are getting done, because it's really important that these things get done. So the 24th for the launch, and the 18th for huddles. And I picked a Thursday because the 25th is Good Friday.
Friday's gonna be tough for us.
Yeah. Well, I picked Thursday though because it's Good Friday, so that's why I say, yeah.
I think you can do it any day you want. just
You can do it any day you want. That's the